Hey gamers, it's Kristin, and I have the next installment in our 4 Looks 1 palette. I had so many of you request that I do the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette that I decided to go ahead and get going on it right away for you guys. So for my first look today, first of all, actually, if you are new to 4 Looks 1 palette, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I have a playlist below of over 50 videos that I have done 4 Looks 1 palette with if you want to check and peruse and see what I have, see if I've done one of your favorite palettes. Go ahead and check that out. And if you are new, this is a video where I will show you 4 looks that I've created with one particular palette, and at the end I will give you a review, and I will also give you swatches and all that kind of stuff. So go ahead and, like I said, check that list out below, and here we go. So for the first look today, I did an all matte look, which is not something I do very often. I put tempera all over my lid, and I used a MAC 239 to do that. I really wanted to pack it on so that color would show. Again, it's a cream color, so it's not going to show as brightly as one would think, or as one with some shimmer, but I wanted to do it in all matte shade. I then used a very fluffy brush. This is a Smith 232 brush, and I took Dusty Rose and I put that in the crease. And then I used a little bit less of a fluffy brush, but still fluffy nonetheless, a Sephora number 10 brush, and I took that, took the Cypress Umber shade, and I put that in my crease, and I just really blew it out. I used just a pencil brush to take that same Cypress Umber beneath my lower lash line, and I think that that is everything. So let me go ahead and zoom you in. Okay, so here's the look. On my upper waterline and upper lash line, I used Moonstone Brown by Tarte. It's a liner that they no longer make. For blush today, I used the Palladio blush. I think this is the one in Berry. Yes, in Berry. And then on my lips, I took the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk, lined my lips all and completely filled them in. I used MAC Cream Cup over that. And then lastly, I used the Rimmel Stay Glossy, and this is the one in Dorchester Rose. All right, for my second look today, I started with a fluffy brush again. This is the same brush I used yesterday, the Smith 232, and I took orange soda right here, and I really laid that down in my crease and really sort of blew it out. Not sort of, actually blew it out. And then I used a MAC 239 brush, so just a flat laid on brush, and I took the shade in Fairy, and I went all over my lid with that. I then grabbed a MAC 217 brush, and these are all the old MAC brushes, by the way, not the new ones. And I took the shade in Mulberry, which I just absolutely love. It is so pretty. And I put that in the outer corner, blended that in the outer third, and then into the crease. Beneath my lower lash line, I used a Goss 05 brush, just a little tiny pencil brush, and I took that Cypress Umber beneath my lower lash line. And then on my upper lash line, I used a Goss 07 brush, and this is just a little teeny tiny smudge brush, and I took the shade in Noir just along my upper lash line. I also lined my upper waterline just with the Essence Black Liner that I have been using for months now. And I think that's everything for the eye look, so let me go ahead and zoom you in. Okay, so here's the look. For blush today, I used the Marc Jacobs blush in Lines and Last Night. I do have a little bit of, where did I set it? The Becca Highlight in Vanilla Quartz, just on the upper tops, it's redundant, the top of my cheekbones. And then for lips today, I used the Unique Lip Liner in Prudent. Over the top of that, I used the Marvelous Moxie from Bare Minerals in Take Charge, which looks like that. And then over the top of that, because why not, I added Jouer Skinny Dip. All right, for my third look today, I did a halo eye, but I did a real soft sort of halo eye. I used the shades Sultry and Rose Pink, which are these two shades right here. The brush that I use is the one that is generally my preference, and actually I backed up with this one, so I'll talk about both of them. This is the Sonia Kashuk 106 brush. For some reason lately, this doesn't seem to be picking up shadows as well, or maybe it's just these shadows, I don't know. So I switched over to this Arrowhead brush by Smith, which is the shade. That is not a shade, that is a number. 253 is the number on that one. So I used that for both of those, and then I just kind of connected them and blended them out all at the same time with my Tom Ford crease brush. This is the number 13 brush, and I used Dusty Rose to do that. Beneath my lower lash line, I used a pencil brush and I put Dusty Rose there as well. And then I used a push liner brush. This is the Beauty Junkies Pro Flat Definer brush. And I took that Noir up at the lash line, and then I went back in with just a bare, this is the MAC 219, and blended it out. And then I took the push liner brush with that Noir just on the, at my lash line, but not very thick at all. You'll see when I zoom in. And then I lined my upper waterline with black liner. And I think that's everything for the eye. So let me zoom you in. Okay, so here's the look. On my cheeks today, I just used a little bit of Tarte Exposed, and then over the top of that, I grabbed my Becca highlight. This is the one in Smoky Quartz. It is so pretty. I just used that right over the top, so where you see the delightful little sheen there. And then on my lips today, I used Burberry's. This is their Lip Velvet in Oxblood. For my fourth look, I did what I called like a layered smoky eye. So I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So first I laid down glisten right here. I did that with that Sonia Kashuk brush that I used yesterday. It's just a little lay down brush. I'm not sure why I grabbed it, but I did. And then I started building in my crease colors. So I used the really fluffy brush that I used earlier this week as well, the 232, and I took the shade Orange Soda and really blew that out in the crease. Then I went down a size in a brush. So this happens to be the Quo Crease brush. I think that it doesn't have a number, it's just the Quo Crease brush. So size-wise, let me show you the difference between the two. And then while I'm doing that, I'm gonna show you the one that I used after that. So you kind of see what I'm talking about. So I used that crease brush and I went into the shade Burnt Orange, which is right here. And I laid that down, not quite as high up as the Orange Soda. And then I went into Sienna, and I used this other brush that I showed you. And this is a Makeup Academy brush. Yep, it's called an E3. And then I took on this is like it's not quite a pencil brush. This is the size of a pencil brush. You can see it's a little bit bigger. This is an old Makeup Geek brush. It's called Round Crease. I'm assuming it was probably a crown brush that they put their name on. And this is Cypress Umber right here. And I put that just really in the, you'll see when I zoom in where that is, where that was. And then I wiped this brush off and went back in and blended that out. And then, of course, all week long, I haven't mentioned it, but I've used Tempera all week long as my brow bone highlight and then outer sort of cleanup shade. Beneath my lower lash line, I laid down my black eyeliner. With the pencil brush, I went in with the shade Sienna. And then with a push liner brush, like this, I went in with Cypress Umber right at the lash line. And I think that that is everything for the eye look. So let me go ahead and zoom you in. Okay, so here's the look. For blush today, I just went with Wet n Wild's Rose Champagne. And then for my lips today, I lined and filled in my whole lip with MAC's Boldly Bare. And then over the top of that, I used the Fresh Sugar Nude Lip Treatment. It's a nude. You know what I'm talking about, this little thing right here. That's what I used over the top of my lips. So let me clear this off and I'm gonna get you some swatches. So here's Tempera, Glistening, Orange Soda, and Rose Pink. Tempera, Glistening, Orange Soda, and Rose Pink. And then this is Sultry, Bronze, Mulberry, and Dusty Rose. So Sultry, Bronze, Mulberry in all its gloriousness, and Dusty Rose. And then this is Fairy, Burnt Orange, Sienna, and Rustic, which I just now realized I never used it at all. I don't know why. It makes me kind of sad because it's pretty too. So Fairy, Burnt Orange, Sienna, and Rustic. And then Cypress Umber and Noir. So that's Cypress Umber and Noir. So the only other palette that I have from them, I have the Mario one, the Make by Mario one, and there aren't any dupes in that. Let me just blow off here. I do have this one though, the Modern Renaissance palette. And the two duplicates out of here are Tempera and Cypress Umber. So those two shades are in here as well. And let me just look. It looks like Bone Fresco and Dusty Rose look similar. Oh, they're a little bit different. They're different. All right, so the palette sells for $42. You can get it at Ulta or Sephora, whichever, and I'm sure directly on the Anastasia Beverly Hills site. Of the 14 shades, there are 5 that are shimmer and the rest are mattes. And I gotta tell you, I just love the formula of these shadows. For me, I didn't love this Modern Renaissance palette just because the shades didn't really speak to me so much. These ones completely speak to me. It does have a brush. I didn't use it. I generally never use the brushes that come in here, but so anyway, there is a little brush in there. I'm sure it works just fine. I just didn't use it. There is so much fallout on these though. I mean, if you've never used an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette before, you either have to be super careful or do your face makeup afterward. I generally am just trying to be really careful and clean up because I'm one that likes to put my base down first, but that's just personal preference. I really like this. My favorite shade in here, hands down, is the Mulberry shade. And I can't believe I didn't never use the Rustic. But as you can see, you can get from a very simple eye to something very deep. And I could have taken this even further than I did. I just, you know, it's during the day and I'm going to go, actually I have 2 freelance appointments today. So I thought I wouldn't, you know, smoking myself up too much. But anyway, so I really, really like this. I feel like this is a great palette. It's a good, it's very warm, so if you don't like warm, again, I know there seems to be a ton of warm palettes, but if you like warm and you don't have a lot of these shades in your collection, I do not think you would be disappointed in the quality of this palette. I'm a big fan of the palette. So there you go, there's my review. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. On the rest of my face throughout the video, I had the Becca First Light Priming Filter. I am using my Rouge Bunny Rouge. This is the Time Defying, and I'm in the shade, so I throw it around, 52 Quinoa Cream. For concealer, I used the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer, as I have been using. For bronzer, I used the Bare Minerals bronzer, and I'm in the shade Fair to Light. Yes, Fair to Light. And then, with the exception of today, because I just need a little bit more longevity, the powder foundation I used over the top of everything was the Burberry Trench in shade 01. Today I used the Double Wear, Estee Lauder Double Wear Mineral Rich, the one that they no longer make anymore. Actually, it's right here. This is the one that I used. And I think that is everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and in everything that you do and say, be beautiful. Bye.